Well, time for another ride. I got my man Zero Cool. He's on a 300 also. Love the smell of two-stroke in the morning, baby. Okay. Mellow cruising. Let's clear our heads. Yeah, these TPIs, they don't like to sit idle. Alright, let's ride. We gotta be really respectful of the side-by-sides because 99% of the time it's tourist in a rental with no formal training on trail etiquette. So you just kind of dip and dodge, hope no one gets hurt. This is a fun little climb out. We just talked about in the last video, fear is a doorway, not a barrier. So I think for today, we can talk about that fire. That change that's coming, that you know you need, or that you're being forced into right now. It's funny, our higher selves are always talking to us through gut feelings and emotions. And we're so conditioned to ignore them with societal norms, training, indoctrination. So the fact is, no one's ready for change. Not that dramatic kind that we're talking about here. It's gonna sting. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna burn. That's kind of the beauty of it. reason it hurts so much and why it's so shocking is because it's burning away that identity, your mask, all of them, who you think you are, who you're pretending to be, your lies, your false truths. It burns. And what's left when the fire is gone is the purest expression of yourself, who your higher self knew you were all along, and who you were always meant to be. That's what's on the other side of fear. And that's why it's so beautiful. What mask are you wearing today, right now? What identity have you given yourself? You got it all together? You got it all figured out? You're the guy people can turn to for advice. The strong one. The lover. Shit, I'm all those things. And none of them. Your brain is going to cling to an identity. My name is Echelon Rush. I got zero cool behind me. Really means nothing though. Separating ourselves from these identities, these masks and these lies is the first step to getting on the other side of fear. A long time ago, I wanted to start a business. I had no money. Nobody trusted me enough to give me some funding. That's the reality that I created for myself. And because I created it, it became true. So I always told myself, what would you do today if you knew you couldn't fail? And that helped me get my baby steps into success. This is a long time ago. I'm not a young man. I come from a place of abundance now. The world opens up for me. Everything I need, I get. I'm trusted, I'm loved. And most importantly, you are too. There is no way you're listening to this video right now by accident. We are on the same vibrational frequency. We're growing. The phoenix rises. want to challenge you today. I want you to write something down. And I understand that we don't always have pencil and paper. But we've always got smartphones. So open up your notepad. Did you see that beautiful omen? I'll give you a few minutes. Write down, who am I after the fire? We've all got a fire. I want you to think about that. I don't want you to answer it right away. You don't have to answer it at all. But for the next week, until my next video comes out, put that in the back of your mind. Who am I after the fire? I know the answer, and it's beautiful, but I'm not going to tell you, because that's your truth. I told you guys about the near-death experience from my overdose. Told you guys about jail. I created something in my mind that was so far from the truth. The sobriety, the time to reflect and think, the amazing souls that supported me in there. We find ourselves in the damnedest places. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. I got in trouble when I was in there, and they put me in the hole for 9 days. Oh man, this was such a long time ago. But when I finally got out of the hole, and that's a whole nother story. It was 9 days and there's a long time. But when I finally got out, they put me in TSEP. Stands for total separation. The only people on TSEP were guys that were fighting death row sentences and child molesters. And you could tell who was who because the death row guys were pretty cool as far as they could communicate. They were relatively normal people. The molesters were awkward and weird, but we were only allowed out of our cells one at a time, and it was like once every 4 days or something. But so this guy decides he wants to be my friend. So for his 20-minute day break once a week, he'd stand at my cell and he would talk to me through the crack in the door. And he was so soft-spoken. Country. His nickname was Country. And so he had this amazing, calming, southern country accent. And he was so wise beyond his years. You know me, I was 17 years old at the time, still in high school when this all happened. And he taught me a lot about life and about myself. And he was just a very special man. And I knew that he would be a lifelong friend of mine. So, months later, I'm getting released. And for the first time in a year, he gives me his real name and his inmate number. So that I can write him. Not long after I got out, Google was invented. We had Yahoo already, but I remember when Google came out, and I'm like, you know, and back then it would just go, you'd Google something and it would just go to a Wikipedia page. Like that was your Google result. It's obviously gone a lot better since, but so I look him up. This guy Country, turns out, flipped out one day, walked into his home, killed his wife with an axe, killed his 2 kids with an axe, went over to his mother-in-law, killed her with an axe, and then sat in the house quietly until the cops came and arrested him. I was shocked that that soft-spoken, beautiful man with so much life wisdom was that guy. And then obviously, you know, he was put in the gas chamber that year as well. It was a very interesting friendship. Okay, story time's over. We're gonna ride a little bit. Thanks for getting this far in the video. I appreciate that more than you could ever imagine. And if you are listening to this, you are the resistance.